I had too many meetings today. We'll call the meeting of the Camarillo City Council to order and ask the clerk to call the roll.
Councilmember Kildee.
Here.
Councilmember Santangelo.
Here.
Councilmember Tremblay. Vice Mayor Mulchay.
Present.
Mayor Craven.
Here. Mr. Kildee, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comments. This is the time to hear from the public on any item on the agenda or not on the agenda. The speaker will have 3 minutes to speak to us. I don't have any cards. Is there any member of the public who'd like to speak to us? Okay, we will move on to discussion items, the reorganization of the city council. I will turn it over to the city clerk.
Sure. We only do this once a year, so I do like to review the process before we begin, just so that we all remember how it goes. I'll open the floor for nominations. If there are multiple nominations, we'll vote on the nominations in the order they are received. If there's only one nomination, then a motion to close nominations will elect the nomination that's on the floor. So we'll begin with the office of mayor. Are there any nominations for the office of mayor?
I'd like to nominate Shawn Mulchay.
I'll move to close nominations.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please vote for the nomination of Shawn Mulchay as mayor. That motion carries unanimously. So we'll move on to the office of vice mayor. Are there any nominations?
I'd like to nominate Susan Santangelo.
I'll move to close nominations.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please vote on the nomination of Susan Santangelo as vice mayor. And that motion carries unanimously. So we'll turn it over to our new mayor.
Thank you very much. This time we are going to recognize our outgoing mayor, Charlotte Craven, and we have a mighty fine plaque for you. It's quite a, there you go, you can hear me. So this is quite a plaque. Mayor Charlotte Craven, you have been mayor, how many times now? 8 times. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So thank you very much for your leadership. Thank you very much from a personal standpoint. Thank you very much. You reached out to, as a newly elected myself, you reached out to me and you helped guide me, show me the landmines, what to look for, what to expect as a city council member. I appreciate the fact, not just your leadership for the city, but also what you've done for me as an individual. I greatly appreciate it. Your contributions to the city of Camarillo, I think, outweigh nearly anyone else's. I think so. But we greatly appreciate your leadership and everything you've given to the city of Camarillo.
Thank you.
And at this time, we have remarks by the outgoing
Thank
mayor.
you. It is a mighty fine plaque. It's been hanging on my wall for years. And I know this is my gavel. It says Charlotte Craven. Oh, again, I'll apologize for holding everybody here while I was trying to eat dinner. This is my 4th meeting of the day. This year, I think, was a good year for the city. I think that the city, after last year, being the previous year, has survived COVID very well. I think our residents have done very well. The city has continued to follow all of the practices it did for the small businesses and the big businesses, and I think that the city is coming out very strong. I think it's because of all of us and all of our staff. I don't think it's because of me. But I appreciate the cooperation that we've all had this year.
Do we get to make the minutes?
Certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. My colleagues would like to make remarks.
I'm going to give that to you one first. Okay. Let me, where are you going to go?
I'm fanning, go ahead.
Okay, all right. So this is the time for us to make remarks complimenting you, Charlotte, and I want to give you a very large and a very sincere thank you for serving as mayor this year. I think you've done a great job. Think about how much we have all had on our plates this year in terms of the issues, and with the COVID-19 pandemic continuing to hang over everybody's head. You've kept us focused on the important issues. You've represented our city well. I think to a large extent, people or the public may not realize how much of a team effort this is. And we have a very good team up here. Whether we agree on issues or we disagree on issues, we have a very good team, both as council members and as staff, and I think we do our jobs well. And I'm certainly am privileged to be part of the team. And I've been, I wish more people could realize, I'm not surprised that this is your fourth meeting today, because I wish that more people would know how hard you work on behalf of the city and your dedication to public service. So it's inspiring, and I'm thankful that I have a chance to serve on the council with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your efforts.
Can I make a
Kevin?
Yeah, Charlotte, I just want to thank you for your time, and I don't know if Mike or your family, become mayor, it's a lot of time away from the family too, and I want you to especially thank, your spouse Mike and your family for allowing you to do this. You did a good job, and it's a pleasure to work with you up here.
Susan?
Charlotte, I wanted to thank you as well for your years of service. When you think of the leadership of Camarillo, your name just comes with it. It does. And while we might not always agree on everything, I sincerely appreciate your commitment to our community and what you've done for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Quick remarks, item D, by incoming mayor, and I guess that'd be me. That's me. I have some I'll try to be as brief as I can, comments and remarks. So I want to say I greatly appreciate the honor and privilege it is to serve as mayor of Camarillo. I am thankful of the trust and respect of my colleagues in appointing me to serve in this capacity. It's vitally important. I'm also thankful to my family, many of whom are here today. My wife, Katie, my father, Mark, my grandparents, Bonnie and John. You guys have been a terrific support for me. And I owe each of you a lot. I was born and raised in Camarillo. As a young boy growing up, I was completely unfamiliar with city council. And that was until about 2002. I was a sophomore in Camarillo High School. I attended a council meeting, my very first council meeting, on behalf of the Key Club, which was a youth-oriented version of the Kiwanis Club, where we were receiving a certificate from the city in regards to our recent volunteer work. The mayor at the time who presented me the certificate was none other than Charlotte Craven. So, Charlotte, you served as an introduction to the city council, and following my election in 2018, I'd say you were a gateway of sorts. So you see, after shaking your hand and receiving that certificate and taking my seat out there, I got to thinking, who is this lady? Who are these people up here, and what exactly do they do? And that encounter sparked a curiosity in me, and has, in a roundabout way, materialized into today. So I am not the youngest council member elected to the Camarillo City Council or appointed to mayor. That distinction actually belongs to Stan Daly. I am proud to say that I wasn't too far behind, and I hope to serve as an inspiration to other young people in our community and our region to serve their communities, whether it's via a community organization, an appointed position on a committee, or even an elected body like this one. So the duties and responsibilities of the mayor are ones that I do take seriously. Although it should be noted that the mayor has no greater vote than any other council members up here. We are a team. It does come with added responsibilities, expectations, attention, and scrutiny. Aside from signing official documents and running council meetings, the mayor becomes a spokesperson of sorts for the council, for the city, and most importantly, our residents. I may have beliefs or ideas that run contrary to my colleagues, and differing opinions and perspectives are vital to the civil discourse, but in executing the responsibilities of this position, the will of the council takes precedent. So how will I approach this? I will lead with candor, humor, humility, a healthy dose of youthful exuberance. I'll work diligently to keep our meetings efficient and moving. Charlotte, you're a great example of that. And on schedule, but to ensure our residents and my colleagues' voice are always heard and respected. We may disagree on issues, but we will always be civil, respectful of one another. And it has been asked of me, when others have served as mayor, I will ask of my colleagues, I will need your help. I will need your support from time to time in carrying out these duties. When not working on city council business, I'm working full-time and a half at my day job, so I will periodically call on each of you to possibly stand in for me at ribbon cutting, certificate presentation, or some other matter. As you said, we do work as a team, and I think we do work pretty well as a team. And I would like to make sure we keep that tradition alive. So thank you again for this opportunity. And with that, we will adjourn the meeting of the Camarillo City Council.
All right, we'll call the meeting of the Camarillo Sanitary District Board of Directors to order. Jeffrey, can I just go ahead and proceed, since we've already heard your ground rules? Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to check. All right, this is the time for reorganization of the Camarillo Sanitary District Board. Are there any nominations for the office of chairman?
I'd like to nominate Charlotte Craven for chairman.
Okay. Do I hear a second? Are there any other nominations? May I have a motion to close nominations?
I'll close the nominations.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Please vote on the nomination of Charlotte Craven for the office of chairman. And that motion carries, I'm having trouble looking, motion carries 5-0. Are there any nominations for the office of secretary?
I'll nominate Susan Santangelo.
I'll move to close nominations.
All right, and do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, please vote on the nomination of Susan Santangelo for the office of secretary. And that item carries on a 5-0 vote. And it's now time for the Camarillo Community Development Commission, so I'll close this meeting and hand it back over to you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, I will open up the Camarillo Community Development Commission. Notice that all members are present. Do we have any public comments? Seeing no one rush up, we'll go to discussion items, reorganization. I think I got the ground rules as well. We will seek nominations for the office of chairman. Do I have any nominations?
I'll
Nominate Shawn Mulchay, because this is the thing that meets once a year, and it used to be always the city council and the mayor, so I think that's appropriate.
I'll move to close nominations.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Please vote. That passes unanimously, 5-0. And do I have nominations for the office of vice chairman?
I'll nominate Susan Santangelo for the same reason.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second. Please vote. That passes unanimously, 5-0. With that, we will adjourn the Camarillo Community Development Commission.
And with that, I will open the Camarillo Board of Library Trustees. And this is the time for reorganization of the Camarillo Library Board. Are there any nominations for the office of president?
I nominate Kevin Kildee.
Are there any other nominations?
I'll move to close.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Please vote on Kevin Kildee. That passes unanimously. And do we have a nomination for the office of president pro tem?
Nominate Tony Tremblay.
I'll move to close nominations.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Please vote. And that carries unanimously as well. And with that, we will close this meeting of the Library Board.